I think one of the things that's most exciting about The Walking Dead, coming back after 5 years, is we continue to raise the bar. You know, we have the comic book as our guide, but what the writers have been successful at doing is giving us little detours, little stories that aren't in the comic book. There are characters that are on the show that have already died in the comic book and vice versa. So for us, every year we come back, we're excited, we're ready to jump back into it again. Season 5 got us to Alexandria, which is a big point in the graphic novel. Morgan has now come back, so we're really excited. When we finished shooting in November, about a week later, I called Andy and Norman, and I was like, let's just go back to work. We've really never established whether or not there is a cure. We know that Eugene was lying, but Eugene was lying solely to protect himself. He needed somebody to help him survive in the world. So, you know, you never know whether or not there's going to be any sort of delving into that. I kind of doubt it, because it's really not about the cure. If you notice, we never even talked about how it started. That's not really important, because the truth of the matter is it happened, and in this world, that's what our characters have to deal with. So, you know, the only thing that you can hope is that there will be an opportunity to set up some sort of community and have life there. And I think going into season 6, that's going to become very important, because now that they're in Alexandria and now we have outlined where everybody is, then it's a matter of saying, okay, well, you're here now, you have this place, how are you going to make it work? I don't think it would be out of the question for something to spark between Rick and Jesse, because it already did. You know, in episode 15, when he goes to her house and says, just say yes. If you need help, just say it. And she says, yes. So I do believe that Jesse was torn between her marriage to Pete and her attraction to Rick. But there are also a lot of other things you have to think about, which is now basically Rick murdered the father of her children. So I can't imagine that that's going to be something that is going to be able to get over easily. We've set up the wolves in episode 16. I love those characters. You know, I mean, the fact that you have people that are basically utilizing the people that they kill as ammunition to build a zombie army. You know, we see them in episode 9 when they get to Noah's neighborhood, and we see the wolves not far in the background. And when the W-man at the beginning says to Morgan, well, we're going to take you too, but you're not exactly going to be alive. We realize through the course of the episode that they are setting booby traps everywhere so that they can take people's possessions and then use them as a means to build the walkers in the trap. So it's a kind of a diabolical plan. We haven't gotten to that point where they're completely rotted. Even in season 5, episode 2, when they find the walkers in the food bank and they're all waterlogged and all the skin's falling off, they're still able to move around and walk around, even though most of the meat was gone. So I would say we will get to a point eventually where some of the older, more rotted walkers aren't going to be able to move. But the sad part about that is there's constantly new people dying. And the fact that they're continuing to replenish the hordes, I think it will be hard to ever get to a point where it's like, oh, let's just wait this out and eventually they'll all rot and we'll be fine.
Rick. Do it.